So hello all. In this brief demo, we'll see the implementation which we did in the previous sprint regarding the ODM object synchronization, which is used by other ODM projects. So basically, the implementation done as a part of this PBI was to add a new migration state in our ODM HCM workload. So let's say like as a user, I have created this project and I have some site collection on my source, which I've already discovered. So once I discover the site collections, so this site collection will be populated here and the initial migration state will be discovered. So once the site is discovered and if the user chooses to migrate using, let's say I select this site and I click on migrate and perform the migration. So once the migration is started, so this status will change to migrating. And once the migration is completed, so the status will change based on whatever the result was. So let's say if the migration was successful, so in that case, the status will change to migrated. If the migration was successful, but there were some errors in the migration, for example, for this job. So if I go to my task, so probably this one was the, yeah, so this has one error. So because of this, if I go back to here, so this will show as migrated with issue so that user is aware that there was some problems in migration. And there is another case which like I could not reproduce, but it is something when the migration fails entirely. So in that case, this status will be migration failed. So these are the status like discovered, then it will change to migrating. If it is succeeded, then it's migrating. Migration with issues is what we already saw. The migration is done, but it has some failures. Failed will be when an unhandled exception occurs. Stop will be when the migration is running, but user wishes to stop the migration. And the last status is finalized. So to like handle this workload, what we have done is we have added a mark as completed task. So let's say this migration is done, or let's say this is done, and I'm happy with the migration, and I just want to mark this migration as done. So what I can do is I can use this new task. I can click on this mark as completed. This task will run. I mistakenly opened two results. Give me a second. So once this task is completed, this is currently running. So once this is completed, the migration state of this will change to finalize so that user can easily filter. And after the migration, user can directly filter like how many of my sites are in migrating in migrated state with issues,